All right, so in this particular topic, I'm going to be teaching you something very, very important. Now, you must know that in Afrikcity, we don't just want you to end as a realtor. Do you understand? We are actually very, very committed to seeing you grow. Now, we have this mantra that says, building Africa by building Africans. We alone cannot develop Dream Africa. Do you understand? So we actually need a lot of people that are actually thinking as builders, not just as salespeople. So in this particular 7 to 8 minutes video, I'm going to teach you how you can move up the ladder chain in real estate, how you can move from being a realtor to owning a brokerage company and then being a developer. Do you understand? Now, you must know one thing when it comes to any business or any industry. There's what they call the value chain. Now, the value chain is that, there is a starting point and there is an end point in every industry. Do you understand? And actually, you need to know how you can move up the chain. Not just, you must not just knowing how to move up the chain. You must know how to move up the chain very, very fast and very, very quickly. Any industry you find yourself, oil and gas, tech, there is a starting point and there is the next level. So in real estate, you can start from being a realtor to owning your own brokerage company and then owning a developer. And at Afrikcity, I've done it within a space of 3 years, and I'm going to teach you briefly in this video how you can do it, even though all of it cannot contain in this video, but make sure that this video points you towards the right direction. So let's go straight into it. Now, I listed out the 4 stages in a real estate career. Now, there are more than 4 stages, trust me, but let me just break this down, so it's going to be very, very simple. And I said the number 1 stage is when you're a solo realtor. Everybody started as a solo realtor. You go to site inspection, you make your own videos, you edit, you prospect, you call, you handle inspection. Everything revolves around you. Now, this is actually little to zero risk, because when you make your commission, you're not paying anybody, you have all the commission yourself. You don't have the burden of trying to train people or do all these kind of things that can be very, very, very tiring. You are your own solo leader. Do you understand? Solo realtor. Now, the second stage is when I call you the team lead. Now, as a team lead, you don't have a small team, either 2 persons or 3 persons. You guys are a team of 3 people, 4 people that come together to achieve something. Sometimes you guys can, this person can handle inspection, this person can, do video and edit for you. You just have a small team. Do you understand? All these guys can also be into the same real estate, same industry as you are. You're the one coaching them, you're the one mentoring them. Sometimes you have some trainings, you don't have any office, you're just organizing them, and you guys are selling, do your videos, do your thing. You're just a team of 3 to 4 persons, maximum of 5 people. Do you understand? Here you're a team lead. Now, the third stage is when I call you a brokerage owner. Now, the brokerage owner is when you now own a registered real estate company. When you have a little office, when you have, around 5 to 10 persons, you now have a team of 100 people, 200 people, but you don't have your own development yet, or you have a huge number of marketers, a huge number of team members, up to 500, 700, 1000 as the case may be, marketing a particular property. Here you own a brokerage company. Do you understand? And this comes with actually having a real estate office. Now, stage 4 is when you're the developer. Now, the developer, you control land, you control capital, and you control construction. Now, you don't only have a team of people that can sell, you also have access, you also own properties under your own company name. You can issue documents, you do construction. You are now a developer. You're now transforming land from either a virgin property to a fully blown construction or to a verified and registered landed property. So this is the ascension ladder. So now I'm gonna tell us, how you can move up this ladder very, very quickly. Now, before this I talked to you on how to build your team. Now, when you're already a team lead, if you don't know how to be a team lead, you can watch the past video I posted on how to be a team lead or how to own a real estate team. Now, becoming a brokerage company is actually easier, and it's almost the same thing as having a team. Now, the only difference here is that now you need to have a registered physical presence. Now, as owning a team lead, you now have the liberty of receiving money from the client. You now have signed MOUs, you now have power of attorneys with possible developers. The first thing you need to know as a brokerage owner is that you must first of all have a good relationship with a lot of landowners, whether they are developers, private developers, whether they are the government, their community. You must have access to people that own lands and properties. Now you need to now get MOUs with them, get power of attorneys with them, get them to allocate you some portion of that property for you to be able to sell. Now once they allocate you some number of this property for you to be able to sell, you now need to bring them over to your marketers. And right now you're now a broker. So you're training realtors to sell for you. You are also you also have a good relationship with developers to give you properties at a very, very good discount. Now this time around, they might not even give you a commission. They might give you a markup. Like this property can be worth 10 million. They'll give it to you at 7 or 8 million or 9 million, as the case may be. Now you're now a broker. You can even receive money directly from the client. You can pay commission. You can do all these things because you now own a brokerage firm. Now, from this forward, you can now move to the developer stage, because now you need to know that for you to become a developer, you need to have at least some little amount of capital or access to capital. You cannot become a successful developer if you don't have capital, because now you need money to do construction on land, you need to do registration on a landed property, and most of the times you might not have to pay fully for a property, but you might need to pay a good percentage of that property for you to be able to own it. And as a developer, you now know that your risk is also bigger. Most people look at the profit, they don't look at the risk. As a developer, you are the one that bears all the unforeseen risk in real estate. You're the one that bears the risk of maybe the community trying to make all these issues, documentation. So you need to make sure that you have not only the financial capacity, but the legal competence to be able to be a developer. You must make sure you know the legal know-how. You have some of the best lawyers. You have access to information before the realtor does. You have access to information that land is about to spike up, so you can get a property there. You must make sure that you know some key government officials that can help you get documentations. You must also make sure you also have competence on the property you want to buy. You must make sure you know people. If I want to buy from this community, even if it's a government property, I must know people in this community, because land has stages. Before it became a government land, there are some communities that owned those land. So you must make sure you know them very, very well, so that you will reduce the risk exposure of your clients. Now, as a developer, you are the one helping the investors make the best decision. You are the one that is bearing all the risk in charge, all the risk on behalf of the investors. You're making sure that the land they are buying is genuine, it is free from legal battles. You're making sure that they can do construction. You're making sure that they can do anything. You're eliminating every risk there is on that particular property. That is what makes you a competent developer. Now, also, when it comes to being a developer, there's also a place of JVs, which I might not be able to go fully in depth into this. But if you actually want to know more key steps on how you can move from being a realtor from being a team lead to being a brokerage, we're going to be helping some of our team leaders to scale to a brokerage firm. Now we have something that we are working on in Afrikcity that can enhance you or help you move from just being a normal team lead to being a broker, to owning your own brokerage firm and being able to, get more profits for yourself and being able to establish your presence in the industry as a brokerage firm. Now, this is all I can say in this video. If you have any question or you want to get more in-depth information, or you're already ready to scale, you're already ready to move from being a team lead to a broker or to a developer, and you just need maybe some guidance, you need some shoulders to hold on to, you need some hand that will pull you up, then Afrikcity is here for you. All you have to do is just make sure you're already a registered realtor in our community. Make sure you've done some sales so that you can have, because making some sales for Afrikcity is your ticket to have direct access to us on some certain kind of levels. And once you've done all these things, then we'll be ready to help you move on to the next level in your real estate journey and career, because that is what we are all about: building Africa by building Africans. Thank you.